cutoff.
Yeah, real quick.
All right, everybody, we are live. THC on the YT.
On the YT, yep. What's going on, everyone?
What is
In the
happening? Yeah, late night.
Unplanned late night live stream.
It is unplanned. So maybe before everybody starts jumping on here, we just knock out the housekeeping stuff, so that way we don't bore people when they're actually watching live. So first of all, we are brought to you by my favorite soap company and soon to be yours, Dr. Squatch. Dr. Squatch is a paraben-free, chemical-free, 100% all-natural organic company. And if you use our link, you will get free shipping for the life of your subscription. I actually just got in my brand new scent yesterday, I think it was. Cold Brew Cleanse.
Yum.
Yeah, man, it's going to go really well with my coffee face scrub. And I'm not joking when I say that. I truly do mean that. It smells like iced mocha. Like an iced mocha from like a Java Crew or, whatever your coffee joint is.
Yeah.
What coffee joints do you guys have other than a Starbucks? Everybody's got a fucking Starbucks.
Tim Hortons is a big one.
Yeah. Tim Hortons.
Second Cup. I don't know if they're still in business, but they were pretty big too. Yeah.
What does Tim Hortons have that is like super famous? Like it's a donut or a donut hole or something. What do they call Timmy's? Little Timmy's? Tidbits?
Timbits.
Little Timmy's, whatever they were called.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you go to Timmy's to get Timbits. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. When we ever make it up your way, you're gonna take me to a Tim Hortons.
For sure, man. Yeah.
Just like when I take you to Waffle House, you'll take me to Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
And then also I finally got in my Dr. Squatch all organic hand sanitizer, 80% alcohol. So not only is that going to kill COVID, that's also going to kill anything it touches.
Yeah.
80% alcohol. It smells
powerful.
Like you've been, yeah, dude. It's like, smells like you've been drinking hooch.
Can't believe kids have been drinking that stuff, man.
Oh God, I hope
it's
not.
Crazy.
Have they really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, I thought you were lying.
There have been real cases.
Well,
I mean,
those kids are dumb.
Yeah.
Michael Emon says combats. Ted Biz. Anyway, we're brought to you by Dr. Squatch. Also, join our Patreon if you are not a patron already. Why? Because we do a lot of cool stuff. Actually, you want to talk about what we just did today? Actually, I think it was you that did the drawing.
Yes, we did a drawing. So we did our drawing for the month of April. Every month we give away a hardcover comic. Depending on how the Patreon's going. So this month, our lucky winner was Mr. David Robertson, who won himself an Image Deluxe edition. So he picked Kill or Be Killed. So we'll have to.
Oh, is that the one that he picked?
That's the one he picked. Yep.
Awesome.
So that's the one we're gonna have to get ordered and get shipped out to him.
Awesome.
It was between that and Low for him, but I said, hey man, like Kill or Be Killed's the better story, and it's the full story. So Low is like volume 1, volume 2 might come out someday, but as of now, you may as well keep it safe with the Kill or Be Killed. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So be sure to check that out. Hopefully once these regular monthly comics start coming out, we can start throwing digital codes back out there.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed Marvel hasn't forgotten about us.
Yeah, I hope not.
May 21st, I want to say, is when Marvel will start shipping.
That's right.
And then I guess like all their big titles are gonna start. Was it June or July? I don't remember what I read now.
Me neither.
I think they said they were gonna start shipping like May 21st or something like that. But like all like their big titles, like the marquee titles, were gonna start shipping like June or July. I don't remember which.
Yeah, it sounds reasonable. They just got to make sure they do it right, but that should be fun. Yeah, but that's what we do over there. So be sure to check that out. There's a link on the screen if you haven't seen it already. One other thing we are doing, we don't really have any banners to put up for this, is we have a little book club going. Our first deadline is May 15th, and our book club is going to be first and foremost covering the Scott Snyder run on Batman, starting with the New 52. All the way up until Last Night on Earth, So it's a pretty big undertaking, man. It's going to stretch until like October at this point.
Yeah, it's like a 5-month thing, but it'll be fun. But the goals that we're doing though are realistic. It's like you have 2 or 3. Yeah, it's like you have 2 or 3 weeks to read 6 issues.
Yeah, well,
is that what you broke it down to?
For the first one, but then it's every week. It's 5 or 6 issues. So again, it's like one
it breaks
a night.
Down like an issue a night. That's not that bad.
It's not bad. So that'll be fun. And to get in on that, you'd have to pretty much download this app called Line, Line. It's on iOS and Androids. And then just look for either one of us, this Superior Nova or Draven 402. Just add us. We'll get you in the room and get the ball rolling there. So housekeeping's out of the way, I think. Oh, and be sure to subscribe and like the video if you haven't.
Yes, yeah. Our last live stream, a lot of people liked. We got a lot more views than normal, so that was kind of exciting. That was cool. We enjoyed that immensely. Also, just kind of let everybody know off the bat, we have to do a hard stop tonight at 11:30 Central Standard Time. So it's like about 64 minutes from now. Just so everyone is aware, we are going to be doing a hard stop at 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time or 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
That's right.
We both have work and things that need done, so hard stop. But anyways, so let's talk about done with all the boring stuff. Let's jump into some more of the fun stuff. First off, it was Joey that commented on our video from last week because he heard me saying something about Deadly Class Volume 1. How I was having a hard time rebuying. I was having a hard time finding it for a decent price because it apparently had gone out of stock, out of print, what have you. Well, Joey messaged us and said, hey, by the way, DCBS has it in stock and they have the variant edition in stock to boot. So you might want to grab it. It was like $30 shipped, which was
crazy.
The craziest thing about it. And it arrived today.
Ooh.
So big up to Joey for letting me know about it. The internet does amazing things. I now have Deadly Class Volume 1 DCBS variant, and I haven't even taken the plastic off yet. To go with my Volume 2 that I have sitting back on my shelf. So now I have 1 and 2 back together again. And I'm actually really, really excited because I need to reread Volume 1 because it's been it's been longer than that. It's been 2.5, 3 years since I read Volume 1. So I really, really, really need to go back and reread this so I can read Volume 2 because I remember like certain scenes like the shitting his pants scene and like things like that, like from the comic, and the show was great too. But so no, I'm really excited to dive back into this.
Dope.
That's a heavier book than I remember.
It's a big book, man. That's a really good price too.
Oh yeah,
Image made.
Excited.
I don't know how those prices work, but I'm glad they do. Speaking of that, something I forget who brought it up, but someone brought up this whole plastic thing, taking the shrink wrap off or stretch wrap, whichever one that's called. I always forget.
I call it shrink, but sure,
whatever. Yeah, either way.
The
boat condom. Yeah. So I know, like personally, I usually take it off as soon as I get it because I'm really excited to look at the book. The only reason I at times have a plastic on my book, like this Meta Barons or the ink will still have it on, is because I got a damaged copy. I read the damaged copy, returned it, and then I got my new copy. And so I've kept the new copy in the shrink wrap until I need to take it out. But otherwise I'm tearing that shit off right away. I don't know how someone could just wait with it there. I want to feel the book, I want to go through it.
No, I'm the same way. I just literally got this one though, so I haven't done anything with it. But yesterday I got Frank Miller Daredevil in.
Nice.
As part of a lot that I was acquired and then resold the rest of what I didn't want. So I technically ended up getting Daredevil for free.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So I have Daredevil by Frank Miller sealed. I need to read that because I tried reading that one digitally just because, I was getting into Daredevil with Brubaker and stuff. So I was like, I want to check out Frank Miller. I've only read like bits and pieces. Dude, that's not a one I feel like I can read digitally.
No.
I was trying to read it digitally and I was having a hard time with it. And I go, man, I think this is one of those physical books. And so when it came up the opportunity that I could basically get it for free. I was like, well, I'm not going to pass up a $75 book for free. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to kind of dive into that one eventually.
Great.
That one still has the shrink on it just because I just got it yesterday. The only other one that has shrink was Aquaman by Jeff Johns. I don't know why I still have the shrink on that. Maybe it's because I've already read it. And so I just, like you, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, until you get to reread it. Yeah, whatever.
But those are the only ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that big damn Sin City behind you is calling my name.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, mine. I had to check because I still hadn't got any updates. I ordered mine like a week ago, and I hadn't got any updates yet. And I just looked today, and it was finally picked and scanned, just not shipped. Nice. So I know, like JT was saying something about IST's been waiting, and I know that there's a bunch of other people that have also been asking. Actually, Red Skull is asking me. He's like, "Hey, I placed an order with IST, and it's been like a week and a half.
Oh,
like,
wow.
What's going on?" So just so everybody knows, yes, IST is still open. Yes, you will get your thing. You will get your books or what have you that you ordered as long as they're in stock and stuff. It's just that IST is going slower than normal due to the whole COVID situation.
Right.
Staff-wise, USPS-wise, like, trust me, you don't want your books held up in limbo with the post office. My Hellboys got lost for like 3 days thanks to the post office.
Yeah.
So you really want to wait. This is not, for those that are new to IST, this is not normal for IST to take this long. It's strictly due to the society that we're currently living in. So hopefully once things start to pick back up and go back to normal, we'll see most normal shipping times again. So don't get mad with IST. They're doing the best they can right now.
Yeah. They're not in Georgia, so
I will say DCBS though, I ordered it late at night when I saw the post from Joey. It shipped the next day, like the next morning. I got an email saying, "Oh, this has been shipped." I was like, "Damn." Michael, Sin City, it has a ribbon bookmark well worth the $200. I paid $50, but
yeah, I don't know where.
I don't know. Even the cover price is only $100.
Right.
It was going for more a while back when it was quote unquote out of print, but Dark Horse reprinted it, so now you can pick it up for nice cheap.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So, anyways,
it's a good book.
Yeah, big ups to Joey. The internet strikes again.
Yep,
Michael, $50. I think it was like 58. I had like a $20 gift card, but it was like 58 or something like that prior, and then free shipping, and then I had a $20 gift card, so I actually got it for like 38 or something like that.
Damn.
So not a bad deal. Not a bad deal.
Really nice deal. Yeah, but that book's amazing. So one thing I did want to talk to you. So I've been rereading V for Vendetta, which you admitted to me you have not read before.
That is correct. Have you ever had this new Belgian Sour IPA?
No. That's a nice can though.
It's fucking delicious. Nice. Do you like sour beers?
Yeah. I like all
this is really
beers, man.
Yeah, so do I. I love sour beers though, and I found this one. It's really good. Anyway, yes, no, I have not read V for Vendetta. I've only seen the movie.
All right, so I got this absolute like brand new. I mean, granted, it was a few years ago, but look what's happening. Whoa, wrong way.
I was like, oh.
Yeah. That's intense.
I did have that happen too. Remember when I had that Absolute Final Crisis that I bought for like dirt cheap?
Yeah.
A few years back.
Yeah.
That Final Crisis did the exact same thing.
My Absolute Watchmen is the same thing as well.
See that absolute beat up Watchmen copy that you gifted me a few years ago, dude? That one's like perfect. Aside from the ripped up dust jacket and the slipcase, it's like the book itself is great.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's just because they're older absolutes. I don't know, but that's a bummer. Otherwise, man, wow, it's an amazing story. It's not the first time I read it, but as with every Alan Moore comic, you forget like 98% of the details because there's just so much stuffed into each issue. But it's great. I love it. It's so good. He just the way he writes, man, it's you instantly are convinced that universe is like a real thing, and it just feels like it's always been a part of like your brain, and you've known about it. It's just so great the way he can throw you into a universe and make it, feel so comfortable, and it's ridiculous. I don't get it, man. I've been on such a huge Alan Moore kick, man. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was so damn cool too. Dark but cool. I love it.
I remember when that movie came out, I was like, I hope the book's way better, because the movie was not. The movie was not that good.
The movie's cheesy, man.
Yeah, the movie was not very good. Neither was From Hell, come to think of it.
Right.
From Hell, like, he can't adapt his books apparently, because those movies do not do well. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, V for Vendetta was a good movie, but I think that was the only one. Oh yeah, no, like, Watchmen. Of course, Watchmen was a good movie.
Yeah, Watchmen was pretty good.
But Watchmen, he made it almost like scene for scene out of the comic, which is something other than the ending, which is something that I really enjoyed. So I thought that was pretty cool, because I had read the book prior to seeing the movie, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
but so I guess you can only do like 50% of his books and movies. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see a Tom Strong movie. No, better yet, I don't want to see a movie. I want to see a TV series.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to see an hour-long TV series on HBO.
Yeah.
It will, or Amazon. Amazon could pull it off. Maybe Netflix. I don't know. Netflix kind of takes a lot of liberties, but
right.
That would be dope, dude. A Tom Strong hour-long series.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't know.
Sick.
I don't know how I'd feel about it being live action. I'm just so used to like the cartoony look of Chris Sprouse's artwork, you know?
Well, maybe they get Sprouse back and they do an animated.
Wow.
That could be cool.
That'd be cool, man. I'd watch that. I'd watch that for sure.
They kind of like with Harley Quinn, you know, make it a little more. Dude, that'd be dope.
I'd watch that faster than I watched Tiger King.
Tiger King was good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, I just can't. I don't know. Alan Moore just has way too much stuff going on in his books. TV shows, I could see it happening. Speaking of which, I started watching Watchmen.
Oh, dude, it's such a good show.
Got through episode 1.
Such a good show.
Yeah, I mean, it's not what I was expecting at all, but for what it is, it's fantastic. It's so well done, like just from a show standpoint.
So I have really bad, like, I don't know what you want to call it, attention 80, I guess, when it comes to like watching TV shows. Like, I'm like one of those people that's constantly like hooked on their phone or playing a game or doing like researching shit.
I know,
I'm always doing something.
Yeah.
And so it sucks. I absolutely hate it. I hate that I'm that way, but it pulls me out of like movies or TV shows or whatever, because I'm constantly doing something else. That show, the Watchmen TV show, is one of the very first shows that was longer than 22 minutes that actually like kept me from checking my phone the entire time I was watching it.
Right.
That one and like Doom Patrol. But
yep. Nice.
Yeah, Watchmen though, if you're only episode 1, dude, whoo,
I got a while to go.
Well, it's only 8 episodes or 9 episodes, something like that, but it's quite the ride.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off because the series creator, I guess you could say, the guy that adapted it, he did the 1 season and he's done. So if they ever do, so he said HBO has the ability to do a second season, but if they do, they're doing it without him. And so the season 1 was his vision. Like, so dude, it sucks that he's only doing the 1.
Right. It'd be a bit weird to have someone else take over.
Yeah, it would be absolutely horrible.
Yeah. So I haven't really been too into shows lately. Over like the past 2 or 3 years since Breaking Bad, I haven't really watched anything.
That's another good one.
Yeah, but recently I started and finished the BBC Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman. I don't know if you've ever seen any of that.
I have not seen that. Dude,
one, no. It's so damn good. I absolutely loved it. It's like, it's a big time investment. You're spending like an hour and a half per episode, so it's kind of, it's like a movie every time you're watching an episode, but there's 3 per season and there's 4 seasons total. It was so good though, man. Those 2 guys crushed it. I loved it so much. Since Breaking Bad, it's the only show that I've been able to, same as you, sit past 22 minutes.
Are you a Doctor Who fan?
Not really, no. I know he was a doctor for a little bit.
Benedict was?
Was he not? Maybe not.
No. He was just Sherlock.
Okay, fair enough.
No.
So I'm clearly not a Doctor Who fan.
No. Doctor Who took me a minute to get into it, but once I did, holy shit, was Doctor Who awesome. I'm behind now. Ever since I'm like way back on the Capaldi days of Doctor Who, so I'm like a handful of seasons behind. But
gotcha. Yeah, no, I've never checked it out myself.
Dude, it's actually pretty good. It's like the first season you got Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor, and he's only in it for one season. So like you watch it, you start to like him, and you're like, oh, it's a pretty cool guy. And then all of a sudden he's fucking gone, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, but then they bring in, oh my god, why am I drawing a blank on his name? Holy shit, he's like one of my like favorite British actors. Or I don't even think he's British. I think he's Scottish or something. Fuck, what's his name?
I don't know, man.
Oh my god, why am I blanking? I want to say David Turner, and that's not right. Oh my god, somebody is watching. Help me out here. What's his name? David Tennant. That's it. Not David Turner. David Tennant. David Tennant comes in, dude, as the Doctor, and you fall in love with him.
All these people.
Yeah, dude, David Tennant. And then after he leaves, then you're like heartbroken because you fall in love with David Tennant for like 2 or 3 seasons, right? And you're like, this is my Doctor, this is my man. And then he leaves, and you go, dude, I can't watch the show anymore. Like I'm fucking done. But then Matt Smith comes in, and he blows it out of the water. Like Matt Smith was fantastic as the Doctor. And so then you're like, oh, dude, I love it. So then you watch him for a few seasons, and then he leaves, and then Capaldi comes in, and then you're like, and then I kind of got lost. But dude, you got to watch Doctor Who though.
I'll try it out.
It's a lot of fun.
Is it the same? Is it like hour long or?
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes or whatever.
Gotcha.
But I think like I think the seasons are like 8 or 9 episodes. I don't know, they're not very long seasons, but it's a really, really fun show.
Yeah, I'll try it out for sure.
Yeah, it was great. Matt Smith is my favorite Doctor. David Tennant's a close second, but Matt Smith was my favorite Doctor.
Okay, good to know.
And you got Nebula in there, Karen Gillan, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure I'll get excited once I start it.
Anyway, so moving on. Speaking of shows, have you watched Harley Quinn yet? The new season?
No, I have not.
None of it?
No, I'm sorry, man.
Dude, I haven't watched this week, but at least I've seen them.
All right. Well, how's it been?
Good.
It's
dude, it's just as great. And Bane, they're definitely making. I mean, they're not making like a main character or anything, but Bane definitely has more scenes this season than he did last season.
They're listening to us.
Yeah, they could tell that Bane was like a fan favorite, so he's being used a little bit more.
I watched the first episode where I guess Gotham's in disarray. After Harley messed everything up. So I did watch that first episode. It's sort of like the No Man's Land parody.
Kind of,
yeah.
It's good stuff.
I'll need to catch up, man, for sure. Damn it, all these things to watch now.
I know. I'm trying to stay away from TV.
It's tough.
Did you do anything for Star Wars? May the 4th be with you?
No, man. No, unfortunately.
Nothing at all?
Nothing. No, this past weekend we helped my sister move, so we were doing that, and then Monday just.
How is she moving? You're under quarantine, sir.
Dude, it's from one hick town to another hick town. There's nobody there. No, it's we're breaking the rules a little bit. There's no reward to tattle on people here, so it's pretty safe for now.
Oh, that's good.
Wasn't Nebraska sort of? You said things were opening up. Was it this week?
Yeah, they opened up May 4th, actually, so yesterday. Nebraska was pretty relaxed to begin with compared to a lot of other states. We could still go do anything and everything you always wanted to do. It's just some things were like curbside only instead of going into the restaurant or something like that. Like, but for the most part, I mean, like they closed bars down, but I don't go to bars, so I don't care.
You're not single. You don't know what's going on right now.
No. So overall, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I'm not seeing much of a difference in my day-to-day life.
Right.
Other than my kids being stuck home all the damn time. JT, man, we looked at Twitter. I don't see anything there, dude. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I looked at all of our notifications. There's nothing. So yeah. Ooh, Rick and Morty. Is Rick and Morty back? I knew that it was coming back, but I didn't know if it was officially back yet.
Ooh.
Have you seen Rick and Morty?
I mean, not the newest episodes, but yeah, I love Rick and Morty.
Yes.
I love Rick
We've
and Morty.
never talked about Rick. How have we never discussed Rick and Morty before?
Rick and Morty's great.
Yes.
I mean,
so Rick and Morty is one of those shows when it first came on, I went, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I'm not watching this. This is stupid. And then one of my friends like started quoting and I started laughing and he goes, dude, you got to watch Rick and Morty. And I said, I've tried, man. Like the animation's dumb. The show just looks dumb. And he goes, no, you got to watch it. So I found like the first like 2 or 3 seasons or whatever it was on Hulu and I binged them all. And I was like, all right, this show is hilarious. Dude, I am now a Rick and Morty fan.
As soon as it's I pretty much fell in love right away. I don't know, I just love those goofy shows, and you know the jokes are hilarious. The fact that they can travel to all these different planets and universes and have all this crazy shit happen to them. Toasters getting out of control. It's great. I love that show. I haven't read any of the comics, so I wonder how those are.
Yeah, I don't know. They have nice hardcovers. Oni Press makes some really nice hardcovers. And they're like absolute size too, like library edition size. Like they're pretty big if I remember correctly.
Damn.
I'm 99% sure I'm right on that, but yeah, I know Oni Press makes some really nice hardcovers.
Yeah, they do.
So,
speaking of animated shows, have you watched any of the Midnight Gospel?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, dude, it's so good. So it's from the is it Christopher Ward, the guy who I think created Adventure Time, and this guy Duncan Trussell, he's a
I know Duncan Trussell,
yeah. So it's so weird because it's got that same Rick and Morty kind of feel with the animation where it's super weird, and the idea is Duncan's character Clancy travels to different universes in this simulator he bought. And so like in the first episode, he travels to some universe and he like interviews the president of that world for that VR world for his podcast. And so there's like a zombie invasion happening on the planet and he's talking to the president as they're fighting off these zombies and stuff. And they're talking about like drug use, and it's so cool. It's just so different because it feels like a podcast conversation, but there's all this insanity happening in the background.
What is it
It's really well done. It's on Netflix.
All right, I'll check it out. Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
22 minute.
All right, I'll give it a go tonight. I do like Duncan Trussell. He's pretty funny.
He's funny.
On JRE all the time.
Right. Yeah. His crazy psychedelic talks.
Greg just finished Animal Man by Morrison. Loved it. One of my favorites ever. Another converter, man.
Oh yeah.
You've done it again, you crazy son of a bitch.
Welcome to the church.
Welcome to the Church of Morrison.
Yeah. Cyanide wafers only.
Yeah, you check in, but you don't check out.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, man. Animal Man's great. I'm glad other people are getting it and discovering it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if it would still be even considered underrated at this point. I think so many people have fawned over that series.
But I think due to its limited availability, I mean, I guess now they're doing the deluxe hardcovers and stuff, but aside from its limited availability for the Omnibus, I think that it could technically still be considered maybe not underrated, but underread because it's not wildly available. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
it hasn't hit all the people.
Does anyone know if Animal Man Deluxe Volume 2 will be released? I see it on Amazon, but not on IST. I don't know, especially with everything happening with the whole COVID thing. It's really, really, really hard to say. So
also, hello everyone who's joined. Welcome.
Yeah, Joey, I don't know if you heard me earlier, man, but big shout out to you. I got my deadly class in today, man. So huge shout out again to Joey. Canadian Invincible Comics. Hey guys, my job transfer to the US had been delayed because of COVID. Today they told me they are expecting me by June 1st. I'll still do you proud, Mike. He's coming to the US. I remember a time when you were gonna come live here.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Right now.
I mean, especially now that like, you're single and stuff, dude. Come on. I mean, we'll wait till all the COVID shit and Trump's out of office and all that fun stuff. Wait for all the madness to die down.
Yeah, of course.
And then come move here.
Let's wait for the damn border to open.
Yeah,
packing up my hobo sack on a stick.
Yeah, we need to find out when the hell you're gonna come down here and visit. Get these books. Come hit
Yeah,
up some
man,
comic shops.
If this Comic-Con's gonna happen or not, you know?
Ooh, that one's hard to say, man. Especially
August.
with what they're saying. They're talking about no big crowds for at least 18 months.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see about that one. Fingers crossed, because I really want to meet Garth.
Yeah, for sure. Among other people, yeah, it'd be nice. Yep. Yeah, and I do have quite a few hardcovers to pick up from you.
You do. 2 boxes that are sitting in my closet as we speak.
For now.
Actually, you're gonna have at least 3, maybe even 4 boxes once those other ones come in.
Madness. That's right. Yeah.
You're gonna have quite the amount of books to get.
I'm gonna be straight up smuggling back to Canada.
Yeah, that's all right though, man. Just come down here, even if there's no con. Come down, hang out for a weekend. I'll take you to some comic shops and
for sure.
Take you to Runza. I bet nobody even in the chat knows what a Runza is, because it's like an Iowa, Nebraska thing. But
that's right. Yeah, I'm looking.
So unless you're from my neck of the woods, you don't know what Runza is. It's delicious.
Yeah, and we're not going to tell you.
Yeah, we'll do a live show of us just eating Runza,
and it's just blurred out though. The Runza's blurred out, so they still don't know what it is.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Mike, thanks for putting out the video on binding your collections. Great advice.
Sure. I needed a video idea. I'm glad. Yeah, no, I mean there's
thanks.
There's always something there's always something bind related to talk about. And gotta help the people out. I've been doing it so long, made so many mistakes.
Speaking of binds, here's a question for you that I haven't really asked you yet. So in discovering that Hauschen, if you provide your own PDF file for the graphic cover, it's only $25 for a bind with a graphic cover, whereas it's like $22.50 for Buckram. So the reason why a lot of people don't go graphic is because normally they have to pay somebody to do the graphic designs, which usually ends up to be like another $25-$30 extra. So people avoid that cost. Since you're doing dust jackets, I mean, it's basically the same. A graphic cover is actually easier because you're not doing flaps, right? So and Hauschen would be the one to give you the dimensions, so you have the exact dimensions. Would you be interested in doing graphic covers for people?
I don't see why not. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, it's the same process. I don't mind, as long as the dimensions are good and I don't get chastised for, as long as that's all in Hauschen, I'm totally cool with it.
Yeah, no, that would be dope.
Yeah.
Mike and I, we learned a lesson when it comes to dust jackets with Hauschen. So I got my Impulse dust jackets, and Mike sent them over as the correct sizes, but due to not having like all the borders were like the exact same color, and so because of that, Hauschen cut them a little too short all the way around.
Well, the red ones should have been fine because it's
we think they measured the white ones and just they cut them all down to the same size as the white one, which caused issues. So I was telling Mike that maybe going forward, now that we know this, just to prevent other people that I wasn't that bothered. I was like, it's whatever. But I know other people that are a little bit more picky.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we should start like putting like some type of like a border, like a cut border or something around the dust jacket, so then that way Hauschen knows like, hey, cut here. To kind of prevent that in the future. We learned something, but I'm glad it happened with me though and not somebody else, because I've seen some orders come through.
I think
people know what they want, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the white, because there's zero border for them to reference what they're cutting. So I'll just have to keep that in mind. Yeah, but I'm glad they didn't turn out too bad.
No, it's not that bad. It was sort of an annoyance, but I was like, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't ISC start getting new books today? Yes. Not a lot though. But they are getting like small stock. They're just not getting a whole bunch in yet. I don't think they're going to be full bore until, I want to say June, I think is what I heard. Somewhere around in there is when they're kind of planning anyway on kind of going full bore. Currently, it's just sort of limited stock that they're getting through other distributors and things like that. But
we'll see.
Is the new Absolute Daytripper worth $80? I can actually speak to this now that I've read it. Yay! Yeah. I think cover price is 80 or 75 or something like that. If you go through IST, it's going to be a lot less expensive, and I do recommend going that way. Is it worth $80? Like, let's say you live elsewhere and you don't have IST, or you're ordering off of Amazon or something. Is it worth $80? The story's great. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the story. I thought the story was amazing. But it's only what, 12 issues, 10 issues, something like that. It's not very long.
Right.
So spending that much on 12 issues for me personally, is it worth it? My opinion says no. Especially when you can, I mean, they have it in other formats. It's in trade paperback, it's in a deluxe hardcover, it's now an absolute. I read it digitally. So I mean, there's a lot of other ways if you're just wanting to read the story. I don't know. Me personally, I don't think I would pay $80 for it. No. Yeah. Would you?
I don't know if I'd pay 80. I'd like to have the absolute, but I don't know if I'd pay 80. Which is probably way cheaper than what it actually is in Canada anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless you really love that story and the artwork, then by all means go for it. You know, something like All-Star Superman, Absolute All-Star Superman is not the longest book either, but I'd pay $80 for that because I love it, and I've read mine like 7 times. So,
but that one you can get for a lot less though too. I mean, that's a book that you can pick up for way less.
I'm just saying if it was 80, I would still pay 80 for it because I love the shit out of it. But
I think that was my first Superman story, like full-on Superman story that I read.
Wow,
because I remember. A strong one. Well, because I remember telling you about it, because you were like, yeah, I love Superman. I was like, I never really got into the Superman hype. Like, I mean, I've read the stories with Superman in it. I've read a bunch of Justice League, things like that, but I've never read just Superman solo stuff before.
Right.
And you were like, oh, you should check out Absolute. And so this is, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. And I did, and I loved it. It was actually really good. I enjoyed it immensely.
Well, even now, like, how many Superman stories do you think you can list off? I don't even think it's not that many.
Yeah.
There's true. Like, All-Star Superman. I've read Superman Unchained by Scott Snyder. For All Seasons by
For Tomorrow.
Yeah. There's big runs. There's big runs like Man of Steel, Death of Superman. I mean, aside from that though, for a dude who's been around for 80 years, I can't name too many stories. There's like, that again, the Alan Moore stuff for The Man Who Has Everything, which is dope. And Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, which is also another great story. Did you ever read those one shots? One is where like Mongol puts one of those plants on Superman, and Superman starts imagining. What was it?
Was that in Trinity? Stories. That was in Trinity.
I don't know. What do you mean in Trinity?
So remember when Rebirth happened and we were reading all the Rebirth titles?
Okay.
That story was in Trinity.
Maybe.
And no, it was really good because he like Mongol got Poison Ivy to do it all, and like drugged Poison Ivy or tricked Poison Ivy with her kid or some shit, and got Poison Ivy to do this to him where they were all tied up in a barn and they're all like got these vines and shit wrapped around them.
Oh yeah,
they're all imagining. Huh?
It's the same concept, the same idea, but that's not the story I'm talking about.
Oh, really? Because this is like the Mongol and everything. It's like the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah. It's the exact same idea, yeah. But this was like 20 years ago that Alan Moore did this story.
No, this was recent.
Right.
Well, somebody's jocking them then, because that was the story out of Trinity.
Yeah.
Because I remember reading it and being like, this is a really good book.
Yeah, well, I think that was Francis Manipoul's artwork, so that probably helped a lot.
Yeah. Ooh, I think you're right. Come to think of it.
Yeah.
It has been a long time. That was a good book, though.
Yeah, it was not bad. Didn't last long, though. I don't know. Trinity.
It did not. You're right. Yes, I was referring to Garth Ennis. He was supposed to be coming to our con here in Kansas City, and then it got pushed to August, and now it might get canceled. We'll see. But yes, he's supposed to be there. I need to get my Punisher Omni signed by Garth during his marketing blitz for the boys. Oh, you did? That's awesome. I'm hoping to meet him. Yeah. My Dixie wrecked, so I want to see a Hitman video. My friend, I am actually in the process right now of reading all 3 of my customs. I'm done with volume 1, halfway through volume 2. I'll finish volume 2 probably within the next week or so. And then I'll dive into volume 3. I'm doing this thing where I'm rotating 5 Omnis. I'm reading 5 Omnis at once, and I'm just rotating books. It's actually working for me. It's working wonders. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So once I do get done with my 3rd custom Omni of it, I will be more than happy to discuss my thoughts on Hitman and all that, especially since it'll be fresh because I just got done reading it.
Yeah.
But I will say this: if you guys have never read Hitman, you guys are missing out. That's a fun book. Oh man, is that book fun?
Hitman's a good time. Got it. How's that? How's your bind plan looking for the Demon Companion?
I still need to get the trade paperback volume 2. Once COVID, all that shit happened, all my bind plans sort of went on hiatus. But
yeah.
I still haven't even mailed them off yet. I still have like 4 binds that I need to get. I have all my Superboy ones that I need to get sent in, and that Ghost Rider Johnny and Blaze that I need to get sent in, and Blaze and Ghost Rider I need to get sent in. So yeah, I got all the stuff I was gonna send it in like 3 weeks ago, and I just haven't been to the post office. So I need to. Yeah,
it's a different time.
It is. It sucks. I'm not a fan. But I did just get my Batman face mask, so now when I go out, I can go out in style.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's got a HEPA filter, so it's respiratory therapist wife approved.
Stay safe.
Yeah, well, because she was like, cloth masks are dumb. Like, they don't block out viruses. She's like, it helps like if you cough or sneeze, but like virus can still get through but then she found ones that had like HEPA filters that you can replace.
Yeah.
And she was like, here, this at least has a HEPA filter. Like, this is better than just a cloth. As long as it has Batman. And they did. So I was like, all right, fine. I'm good.
But it's like a reverse Batman mask, right? Because you're covering everything he usually leaves exposed.
It is. I'm like, I'm like Ninjak with Batman. Right. I'm like Ninjak with a Batman mask is what I am. I'm
you're
Ninjak.
showing where the inspiration comes from.
Yeah. I'm Ninjak.
Sure. Just walking around COVID-19 with your sword.
That'd be dope.
Chopping up the air.
I got my Punisher Captain America shield. I could bust that out. It'd be like Taskmaster /
you tear that con apart, man.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be so dope.
It turns out you're just Morph at the end of the day. Transforming into all these characters.
The X-Men don't respect me.
Yeah, no. They left you for dead.
What about Uncanny XForce?
What about
well, I think when I saw that, I had said something about how much I loved Hitman. So maybe you're asking for our thoughts on Uncanny. I thought
it was video on it.
Oh, is that what it is?
I guess so.
Well, if that's the case, that'd be all you, sir. Didn't you do one?
I'm sure. Well, not recently.
Oh,
I've spoken about it because I'm still making my way through that omnibus, but maybe I don't know. I guess I could. So many people have spoken about that thing. It's awesome. There's my thoughts on Uncanny XForce. It's wonderful. I love the way Rick Remender writes Wolverine, Deadpool, and Phantom X. They're the stars of that show, in my opinion. And it's cool to see, all the apocalypse stuff that happens. He's got some dope artists that work with him. Archangel's pretty badass in it, and it's fun. I think it's great. Super depressing at times and violent, but that's Rick Remender for you. Seems like he's always going through something in his life.
Yup.
It's always some sad shit you're reading.
Chris, I don't get the Daytripper love, and I don't like Superman either. Love all else.
Fair enough.
Daytripper, I could see why some people didn't like it. I actually read somebody was going off about how they're like, I can't enjoy it now that they've plagiarized a student and that's come out and blah. I was like, what are you talking about? Because I'd never heard that. So I went and did some research, and I don't know about plagiarize is really the correct word that should be thrown around in that. It definitely seems like one of their students' works may have been an inspiration for what they were doing. But then again, they're claiming that they started Daytripper like a few years before this student even did anything. So, I mean, it also boils down to like what Joe Rogan always says is like parallel thinking. Like comics don't steal other comics' jokes on purpose. Like sometimes they just have parallel thinking. Like maybe that happened in this case. Maybe it was just parallel thinking, or maybe they were subconsciously inspired by something and they didn't really, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think plagiarize is kind of a strong word for that one, but
right. Yeah, it's I don't know all the details of the situation, but it is what it is. I guess if that's something that's going to stop someone. I remember once, maybe it was on my humanoids video, someone said like, oh, I'll never buy one of their books because they hired Mark Waid and he's like a serial rapist or something. I forget what the accusation was. I don't think it was serial rapist.
Whoa.
It was intense, man. And I was like, okay, well, I understand your moral stance, but you know, Mark Waid had nothing to do with these stories that were written 30 years ago. You don't want to buy those. Okay, sure.
Yeah, Mark Waid is a great writer, but he's definitely very outspoken, and he's not afraid to go a little off the rails sometimes with some of his Twitter rants. And then he'll just like delete Twitter for 6 months, and then he'll come back, and he's an interesting fellow.
Well, you know, Elon Musk had a very recent. Well, he once in a while loses his shit on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that one.
But who am I to judge that guy? He's launching satellites into space. He's making electric cars. He's digging tunnels. He's sewing machinery into. He's sewing machinery into brains. Like I was reading, apparently they've had monkeys learn how to use computers and operate computers using this new Neuralink technology that they've worked on. Like, who am I to judge him if once in a while he gets stoned or drunk and goes on Twitter and starts throwing shit around? Like, he's a person.
Yeah. I don't think that we should be teaching monkeys how to use computers, though. I'm just saying. We're going to have a Planet of the Apes thing real quick if that happens.
Well,
Caesar's coming to life. Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, wait until they start giving it to people, then we'll see how crazy things get.
Yeah. Chris, welcome to the show, man. Waiting for the John Byrne Omnis.
Aren't we all?
I wonder if he's referring to the ones I got.
Oh, yeah.
Those ones I posted on Instagram. Is that what you're referring to as an overview on the two custom binds, or are you referring to the actual official releases? Well, the Namor has already officially been released, but She-Hulk's supposed to be releasing in June, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
So, do you think Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale Batman absolutes are worth it? Yes.
Yep.
However, if you really want to save some money and collect everything and save a lot of money, just buy the Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale Omnibus. You're going to save way more money in that regard. But no, either way, yes, those are great stories. Wonderful, wonderful stories.
I agree.
That's some of the best Batman writing out there, my friend. Post-Crisis Superman is woefully undercollected and although DC does put out basically all of his Elseworld titles.
I have seen a lot of Elseworld trade paperbacks, an absurd amount of them.
You could do an Elseworld Superman bind.
Oh, you'd have a set. You'd have a Batman, a Superman, a Wonder Woman, a Justice League one. It'd get big. 4 or 5 binds at least.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Do we think we'll ever see a Hitman Omni from DC?
Eventually. They're gonna run out of new stuff to print, so they'll have to get to Hitman at some point.
That would be a 2-volume. There's no way they're gonna fit 61 issues into one, so it's definitely gonna be a 2-volumer. I could see them honestly because it's such an unknown character. I would say, it's definitely an underrated character, probably even more so than Animal Man. So I would say that if they're going to do anything, they would probably release it in deluxe hardcovers first. They've done it in trade paperback already a couple times. Actually, they've released new versions of it and stuff. So they've done them in trade paperback already. So I mean, they seem to sell well because they're always going out of print. Granted, I don't know how big the print runs are. But I don't know. I think that we would get deluxes before you would see an Omni. But who knows? Especially now with Didio out, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it is Garth Ennis. Yeah, we'll see how the Hellblazer does.
Yeah,
we'll never know. Hopefully, they'll have to get to it at some point. I would think.
I mean, I am shocked that Hellblazer stuff to print. I am shocked that a Hellblazer omnibus took them this long to make. I would have expected that one a long time ago. So I am kind of shocked by that.
DC has a weird thought process with their books.
They do. Big fan of the post-crisis era. I've read almost everything from post-crisis to his death. Good storylines. The Supergirl saga, Exile, Panic in the Sky, time and time again.
I will say that Exile and Other Stories omnibus was a fun time. I enjoyed that omnibus a lot. It was good. All the Dan Jurgens Superman stuff is wonderful. Dan Jurgens is an underrated stud.
Yeah,
he's an underrated writer for sure.
I'm reading his Booster Gold right now as one of my like 5 that I'm rotating out because I forgot that I didn't forget that I had him, but I forgot that like I never finished him, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick that back up, dude. I'm having I don't remember why I ever quit reading it. Like that book is so much more fun, and I think it's just because, like I said, like I got burnt out after binging 30 issues, and I was like, so I'm doing this rotating thing, and like I said, it's working out great. But I read like a handful of issues in the last couple of days of that Booster Gold. Dude, that is so much fun. Like I'm so mad at myself for not finishing it off because it is a blast.
So good.
It's that one and Hitman are like my 2 favorite out of the 5 that I'm reading. Those 2 are the ones I get most excited about to pick back up.
Yeah. So was The Authority one of the 5 you were shuffling?
No, Authority I was reading digitally. That one's done. I finished that one already. But that one was like my bedtime reading. Like when I go to bed, I'll read for a few issues a night, and I was reading The Authority on that one, which we can touch base on here in a moment.
Yep.
We'll touch base on that because I know people were asking earlier. Austin, I also usually read at least 3 runs at a time unless something is so good I just can't stop reading it. Yeah, I'm doing this thing where 5, where like I'll read 5 issues. I'll read 1 from each book, and then if I'm still in the mood for reading, I'll read another 5 from each book, or like 1 from each book. So there's another 10 issues and so on and so forth. And I did that the other day, and I got through like 15 or 20 issues in total, but it was like 3 or 4 issues per book, and I had so much more fun doing it that way because I wasn't getting burnt out on the story or the characters or like you know, I was having like half-hour 45-minute break in between books before I picked up the next story again. It was awesome. I love it. I don't know why I never did this earlier. Why that's many people not talk about Green Arrow comics. The series, to me, the comic version is not bad. New 52 Rebirth. So Benjamin Percy's Green Arrow, which was the Rebirth Green Arrow, that wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed that one quite a bit. That was good.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith's Green Arrow run, I love that one. It was short, but I loved it because Kevin knew that like this is going to be a short run and I can play with DC's sandbox. So you could tell he just threw every character that he loved into that world, which just made it was like a fanboy comic. I loved it.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jeff Lemire's run is fantastic. That was New 52.
I haven't read that one.
And then, man, like I don't know. We've mentioned it a few times. The Mike Grell run. I mean, people talk about that thing all the time. Everyone's really excited for it. Aside from those, though, like I know Andy Diggle did like Green Arrow Year 1 or something, and then
I did read that one. I read that one years ago. That was actually pretty good. I didn't mind that one. That was pretty good.
Yeah, and then I think like Brad Meltzer and Phil Hester did an arc or 2 after Kevin Smith. So aside from that, I don't even know of like any other runs that are notable, you know, for Green Arrow. I didn't think New 52 was all that great aside from Jeff Lemire. Once Jeff Lemire was off the title, it was not so good.
Well, he's kind of a hard character to write. I mean, it's basically Robin Hood.
Right.
So
yeah, in this day and age, bows and arrows, I mean,
you got to get really creative with your story.
right.
So it is kind of a harder character to write.
True. It's true.
Derek, Japanese hero masks cover the nose and mouth, while American hero masks cover other parts of the face. A meme suggests that's why COVID is higher in the U.S.
Reported cases, anyway.
Yeah, it's possible, man. All those fucking American superheroes.
It's true.
Batman, you bastard. JT, I got the Black Widow Epic Collection and Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection, The Secret of the Petrified Tablet.
Nice.
I remember reading that Spider-Man story in one of the Omnis. That was actually a fun story.
Petrified Tablet.
Yeah, that was, if I remember correctly, it was in one of the Stan Lee Omnis. That was a Silver Age story, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong, but I think that was a Silver Age story.
Sounds like
it's actually, dude, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty good.
I believe it.
Tocchini's art and UXF really takes a dive. That's the only thing about Remenders that I don't like at all. Well, also the Otherworld stuff. I don't really remember. I've only read a handful. Like I read like 3/4 of UXF, but that was like a long time ago. I don't really remember a ton. Yeah. What happened with the reprint of Uncanny XForce? It came out, it sold out, it's back to being out of print again. It literally sold out in like a day or two. Like it sold out super quick.
Hotcakes.
So yeah, Mike got really lucky with his.
Yeah, all I've noticed, the only difference I've noticed, again, people have done comparison videos. Obviously, underneath the dust jacket, it's a black design instead of white. And then the binding is worse than the original printing. It's way tighter. So good stuff. Great content, though.
Sandman just ordered Sin City.
We need to start getting commission on this stuff, man.
I know, right?
God damn it.
Invisibles was inspiration for The Matrix. I did not know that. Is that true?
Is that facts? I don't know.
Well, you've read The Invisibles. Is it similar to The Matrix at all in any way, shape, or form?
A little bit. I mean, the general ideas of it, I can see like the agents and stuff. Yeah, there's bits and pieces of it. There's bits and pieces of it for sure. I can see it a little bit.
Well, maybe the Wachowski sisters are they're on to something.
Well, we'll see what happens in the next one.
Did you hear about that, by the way? I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh yeah, I know. I heard it.
Some people don't. Yeah, some people don't know. So I was like, I'm not being funny. Like that's an actual thing that happened.
I just chuckle because I'm not SJW enough.
Tom Cruise and SpaceX are going to film an action movie.
He just wants to do his own stunts in space. That damn Tom Cruise. He's going to the Scientology motherland or whatever.
Yeah. He's going to planet Xenu.
He's going to be able to send out the Scientology signal finally.
Yep, he's going to planet Xenu. John Byrne She-Hulk. Pretty sure that's June. The Superman Omnis. Oh, yeah, the Man of Steel, John Byrne Man of Steel. So those ones are actually not Omnis anymore. They're no longer. Now they're deluxes. And who the hell knows if and when we're ever going to see them and how many we're going to get. It's a huge disappointment. It's actually a very big sore spot for me. Yeah, those ones are actually now deluxe editions, unfortunately.
Yep.
What up, my hey David, man? Hey, congratulations officially, man, on winning the Killer Be Killed deluxe. That's pretty sweet, man. I'll get that ordered for you here ASAP. I'll probably add in something of my own to that order too, but congratulations, that's dope. We need Hitman versus the T-Rex and oversized artwork for sure.
I agree. It's have you gotten to that? I guess you haven't gotten to that part yet.
No, I think I'm like very, very close to it though, because that was the cover that you utilized for volume 2. So gotcha. I think I'm close.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Fatale?
It's great. I love it. If you don't know anything about it, Essa, it's a mystery, crime, noir, horror book with a little bit of Lovecraft stuff in there. It's really, really cool. It's Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips doing their thing. It's really it's great. It's great. Gets dark though, not for kids. Is anything from Image for kids? No. Nothing published by Image Comics should ever be read by kids.
I was just thinking the other day about doing like kind of how you were talking about your Aftershock anthology custom bind. I got to thinking about doing an Image one, and I was like, well, what could be put in there? So I was like, well, let's see, you could do like God Country. I was like, that would be dope. And I'm like, what else though? And I was like, oh shit, Shirtless Bear Fighter. That is one of the greatest books. I love that book. That book needs to be put in there.
Yeah.
Shirtless Bear Fighter is great.
Shirtless Bear Fighter.
If you guys have never,
the bear's wiping its ass against.
Yes. It's like 4 issues, I think, or something like that. It didn't run very long at all. If you guys have never read Shirtless Bear Fighter and you want like a really funny, fun book to read, go find Shirtless Bear Fighter. It is, excuse me, I can't even remember who wrote it.
Me neither.
I want to say it was like somebody like we know, like it's a known writer if I remember right, but I can't remember who it is. But it is hilarious. Shirtless Bear Fighter is such an underrated book that came out a few years ago that like nobody heard of. It's sad.
Yeah. Shirtless Bear Fighter, throw Airboy in there.
Ooh, Airboy, James Robinson's Airboy. That was 4 issues.
It looks like it was by Jody LaHoop and Sebastian Gerner, so I don't know.
Okay, I lied. But either way, Shirtless Bear Fighter is freaking hilarious.
Yeah. The one other that reminds me, it's a title I never finished, but I know Ryan Otley did that, like Grizzly Shark or something like that.
Oh yeah,
it was like a shark bear hybrid.
Yeah, my son found that a few years ago in a comic book shop. We're in a shop together, and I'm like walking around, and he's like sees it. He goes, "What's this?" And at the time, I think he was like 8. And he like picks it up and starts flipping through it. And I go, "Oh, what are you looking at there, buddy?" And he's like showing me like this brutal scene. And I go, "Oh, maybe we shouldn't read that. Let's put that one back. I don't think Mom would appreciate it."
Yeah.
Ryan
Otley's awesome.
Alan Moore's Swamp Thing Omni would look nice next to Garth's Hellblazer. That's actually, I'm actually gonna, because I have the customs for Swamp Thing. I'm actually going to filter those into my, like when I finish off like at least 1 or 2 or whatever it is, the 5, like that's going to get filtered into my next 5 is going to be, I'm going to reread Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. It's been a while and I really want to revisit that. Black Science Volume 3 coming out. Why can't I get volumes 1 and 2? Hey, talk to Joey, man. He might surprise you. He found me Deadly Class Volume 1. So he told me about it on DCBS. So maybe try there. I was blown away that they had it. So
keep your eyes peeled.
Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up kind of fast. We're gonna go a little bit quicker. We've got 8 minutes because, like I said at the beginning of the stream, if you guys missed it, we are doing an 11:30 Central Standard Time, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Hard stop because we've got a lot of work and things that we have to do, and so hard stop then. So we can't go too long tonight. So we're gonna kind of fly through these ones a little bit quicker. Supergirl Saga was the last story by Byrne. It leads directly into Exile. If you liked Exile, Supergirl Saga is required reading, in my opinion.
Good to know. Thank you, Greg.
Stan Lee, Volume 5, Amazing Spider-Man. Yep, I was right. That was a Stan Lee story. It's good, man. I enjoyed it. I can't say for certain. I don't know on that one, especially with the way that the world is right now. But it could just be out of stock at the moment. So it went out of stock very quickly. Very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Just picked up the Batman Eternal Omni to follow along with the readathon. That's right. Canadian Invincible is in our readathon book, readathon club. How are you guys doing with Snyder's Run? I'm going to binge the 6 here in a week. I like to wait till the last minute just so I remember everything. The Legend of the Dark Knight storyline, Arrow and the Bat, was very good. It chronicled the first meeting of a young Arrow and Batman. Denny O'Neil writing. That's another writer that I've really grown to appreciate the older I get, is Denny O'Neil.
Yeah. He's
like, as a kid, I was like, whatever, like Denny O'Neil. Like, he didn't really click. But like now that I'm older, dude, I have such an appreciation for his writing.
Yeah. It's exciting to read one of his books.
Order from IST, Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 4, Avengers Epic Collection. Man, you're going all out, JT. Enjoy that haul. Omnibus will be available on Amazon in Canada on May 7th, according to the site. So yeah, maybe it's just out of stock currently.
Yeah.
The Invisibles use a lot of philosophy concepts such as time, a flat circle, the phenomenal Newman, reality is imperceivable and therefore moldable. All these concepts bled into the Matrix.
Yeah. Sort of creating reality with your own thoughts. Yeah.
I don't think the John are deluxe either. Just standard size are they're deluxes, but they're standard size. They're not OHC deluxes. They're just deluxes, but they're just like standard size deluxes. They're not OHCs. At least, well, they might be because we're going by what Amazon's reporting, and Amazon's been known to be wrong. So who knows? They could be oversized, but Amazon listed them as standard. Do you think Marvel will ever release a Michelini and Bagley omnibus? Oh, for Spider-Man. I would hope so. I mean, they did Michelini Larson, they did Michelini McFarlane, all of which sold really well for them. So I mean, honestly, Michelini Bagley is probably going to be there out of all. If you had to vote out of the three of those, the Michelini Bagley is the one that everybody wants. So I would hope to God that they do. To me, Bagley is like the epitome of a Spider-Man artist. Right. I love that guy's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Bagley killed it.
Yep. Anyone know if they're going to reprint Lock and Key? All right. So I posted this on our Instagram a few days ago. Lock and Key is actually getting a hardcover compendium that is going to be dropping in October of this year that IDW is doing. It is oversized. So it's basically an omnibus. They're calling it a hardcover compendium, but it's basically an omnibus that's going to have all three master editions or all 6 standard editions, whichever one you bought or are familiar with. It's going to collect everything though. I'm hoping that it will also collect like the It's a Small World and like one of the other
short stories. Yeah.
I don't know if it'll collect that or not. Fingers crossed it does. But yeah, it's going to be an oversized collection that's going to be dropping in October of this year. And I am beyond excited about I have the master editions, but I will definitely be double dipping because that's one of my favorite titles.
It's really cool. Yeah. $125 cover price.
Yeah. $125 cover price of $62.50. Well, no, because it's IDW, so it won't be 50%. It'll be like 42% or something like that first week. Right. But either way, it's still going to be cheaper than $125, and I'm going to snag it.
Yeah.
Fatale is a bit too meandering for me. I think it would have been better if it was 18 issues instead of 24.
Fair enough.
Also, I'm not certain I fully understand the ending.
I don't remember it, so. Too many titles.
But yeah, so no, everybody's asking about the Lock and Key. Yeah, the Lock and Key compendium hardcover, man, that's going to be the way to go. I'm so excited about it.
Me too.
I wish they would do it kind of like Dark Horse did Big Damson City, where it was like, like the 13-inch or 14-inch, whatever size that is. That would be dope if they did like a big damn Lock and Key. That would be dope. I would love that. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. So the binding was bad on the new UXF Omni reprint. I'm glad I stuck with my 2 complete collections.
At least the copy I got, it didn't lay flat until like a third of the way through.
Did you stretch that spine?
I did. I stretched that spine. Yeah. Downward dog and everything. Good work.
Oh, that's funny.
Man. Little crane pose.
Little crane, little downward dog.
It's a little disappointing because usually Marvel knocks it out of the park with the binding, but something happened. Yeah, I don't know. Now I don't know. I'm so picky with my binding now. So every custom bind I have reads beautifully. So
yes, even when they're like 30, 40 issues or whatever it is. Like I was showing my son, who was finally expressing interest in reading Impulse that I did for him. I was teaching him how to, I was like, first of all, I was like, do you know how to read a comic book? And he goes, I've read Dog Man. And I'm like, well, all right, that's similar, but not quite. Like, do you understand like what Thought Bubble is? Do you understand like what the narration boxes are? So I was like teaching him how to read a comic. And then he went to like walk off with my custom bind, and I was like, get back here. I came back and go, do you know how to treat a custom or not a custom, but do you know how to treat an omnibus? And he's like, well, I go, no, first of all, remove the damn dust jacket. I go, you do not read it with the dust jacket on.
Yeah.
And he goes, why not? And I go, because you don't. It's to protect the book. You don't know. Stop it. Take it off. So I showed him like the proper way to remove a dust jacket. Then I was like, okay, so I was like, I've already done this with all these books, but just so you know, you have to stretch the spine. It's like I'm teaching him how to stretch the spine on an omnibus and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. It was actually fun to pass the knowledge down. It had been, he hadn't expressed any interest. And then just randomly tonight I was working and he goes, hey, can I do this? And I go, or can I read this? Like, hell yeah, you can. Let's do this. I was super excited for him to actually show interest. And he read a couple issues tonight and he said he had a lot of fun with it. And like I quizzed him. I was like, I've read it. So I was like, what are those issues about? What did you learn? Like I was curious if he actually did read it. He did. I was happy to see he actually did. Nice. Made my night. I was super proud of him.
That's awesome.
Have a good night. Thanks for live streaming. Hit the like button. Yes, please hit that like button. Thank you. Psyched for the new Lock and Key because I sold my hardcovers. What other series would you like to see reprint? So really quick, I would love to see the Ghostbusters hardcovers come back. I know that cross-dimensional or interdimensional cross rip is still available, but like Mass Hysteria it's impossible to find for less than like $200, which is just stupid because it's a super small book. And Total Containment, which I don't want to. I know where you can still get it for cover price, and I don't want to. It's not like a secret or anything, but like
you don't want it.
I've been debating on whether or not to grab it or not. So I was like, I don't want to announce it until after I decide if I'm going to get it, unless you guys discover it on your own. But you can still get Total Containment for cover price. Last I knew, but Total Containment was going out of stock or out of print really, really soon as well. So I would love to see those Ghostbusters. They were supposed to reprint them like 3 years ago, and they never did. I would also love to see Madman Gargantua and or Madman Atomica get reprinted, or better yet, Mike Allred finally released the Snap City Library, which apparently is supposed to be dropping in 2021. So I guess we'll see.
Jeez, excuse me. That'd be cool.
So those are just some of like the lesser known titles that I would love to see come back.
Yeah, I'd like to see compendiums for TMNT. That'd be cool. I'd pick those up.
Hardcover compendiums, not the soft cover Valiant ones, like the hardcover ones, like the Lock and Key.
Like
that would be dope. I would collect that. That would be dope too. Because that's the thing with the IDW. Like you've collected them before, man. You know those IDW books. They're those hardcovers. Like they look cool and like they're nice, but they are not built that well. Those spines rip all the time. Like, I don't know if it's cheap paper that they're using or what, but those spines just rip and tear. I've seen so many TMNT books with rips and tears. I've seen a ton of Transformers books. Like they're all built the exact same, and they're all they all get ripped and torn, and they're the quality is not like they look gorgeous when they're intact, but other than that, man, they just do not look that good.
Yeah. So the one last thing I want to say, and this is sort of a promo for something that doesn't even have to do with us, but there is a Kickstarter right now running for I believe what's it called?
Ooh,
Cosmic Detective. It's a new book that Jeff Lemire, Matt Kint, and Dave Rubin are going to be working on. It's supposed to drop May 2021. They've already reached their goal for funding, but basically I think $10 gets you like a digital copy of the story once it's done, and then $40 gets you the oversized hardcover. It's going to be a deluxe size hardcover, collecting obviously the story and whatever bonus content they throw in there. And then I think it's $48. They give you some playing cards as well along with the hardcovers. So I mean, it looks pretty cool. There's some preview pages you can check out. It's Jeff Lemire, Matt Kidd, and David Rubin. So it's gonna be pretty damn exciting. I'm looking forward to it. It's my first Kickstarter that I've pledged towards. So I'm pretty psyched. It should be fun. Apparently it's going to have like those really nice gatefold pages, you know, the ones that fold out like 2 or 3 times, so you end up having an 8-page spread. Should be pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, a couple people, Mike, said that their UXF lays flat just fine.
Well, I got a shitty copy then.
So, you got the Amazon copy.
That's right, the Canadian Amazon copy.
You got the Canadian Amazon. And then last but not least here, Rajiv was asking, do you think Annihilation Conquest will get reprinted? I would assume so, just because Annihilation just got reprinted. So my guess would be that they will be at some point, probably within the next year, redoing that one. And then Alum, is Shang-Chi going out of print, or is Deadly Hands of Kung Fu? I don't know.
I thought that Shang-Chi's were already out of. They're definitely out of print. They might be in stock in places, but they just did the one printing, and that printing is done. So they're out
I know that you could, because they can't reprint them anymore, can they?
Right.
That's
so it's
right.
It's not technically in print anymore, but it might be in stock at some place.
That's right. There was some agreement. I don't remember what the details were, but there was some agreement where they could only print them the one time, and then after that they couldn't print them anymore. But you can still get them all on IST right now. You can get volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. You can get all 3 volumes of Shang-Chi. 4. You can get all 4 volumes of Shang-Chi on IST. It's still in stock, so no, they're not out of stock or out of print or anything like that. And as far as that goes, I mean, they're still readily available. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, I believe those are also still on IST. So if you want them, they're still readily available.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that once the movie gets closer and stuff, I have a feeling those are going to go quickly as well. So if you are interested in those stories, I would recommend grabbing them now, just due to the agreement that Marvel had, and they cannot reprint them. They're probably going to jump up in price like in the next year or two,
like Colossal Conan price jump sort of thing.
Yeah, because we all know how the movies happen. Like once the movies drop, everybody's like, "Oh, what is this?" Which is great. I think it's a good thing. But
But
all right, everybody. Well, thank you guys very much for all the love and support. We appreciate all of you.
Yes, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button and check out Dr. Squatch. They're great.
Yeah. I got my cold brew cleanse right here, baby. Cold brew. Smells like iced mocha coffee.
Exactly. And if you need some extra strength sanitizer, they got that 80% for you.
80%. And not only that, but once you buy a bundle of this, they're also, and you get 4 of these for $20. They're also going to send some to a hospital in need. So
beauty.
And my wife works for a hospital. She's a respiratory therapist, and she said that yes, a lot of hospitals are in dire need of sanitizer. So you're also helping support a hospital.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for everything. And until next time, the power is yours.
Stay classy, internet.
Bye.
See ya.